Okay, we've got the other Hayabusa building as well. This is a round tube chassis rather than the square tube Indy RR that we've got on this. This is going to be a fully rose jointed Busa car. We started on with brake lines being fitted, pedal box in it. Obviously this has got the FIA cage on it as well. All the rear brake lines are in as well. So this, we're sort of building these two together. We'll get to this stage and then we'll jump on this one as well and get it up to the same stage over the next week as well, i.e. fitting all the components like the drivetrain basically and everything else. But if you want to know more, guys, about the round tube chassis Indy or the R or the Strikers or etc., then don't forget, jump on the website. There is communication on there about the cars and etc. and prices, or you can pick up the phone, give us a call. We're quite welcome to have a chat with us on the phone about it and we can sort of spec your car for you. Right, guys, standing over here, we've got hashtag Project Greg, which is our Indy RR chassis. So it's a round tube chassis, fully rose jointed chassis. Which we've been working on side by side with Project Charles as well. These two are pretty much similar in the build specs, so we're building them side by side, which is great. Obviously we've got an RLM engine, which is a stock Busa. These make about 205, but obviously we've gone through it, cleaned it all as well, detailed it and painted it, so it's a bit nicer to look at when it goes in the engine bay as well. We fitted all the dry sump system on this, which you may have seen in the week. So we've got the dry RLM racing. So if you want a dry sump pan system, we hook up with RLM and they supply them into us. Great bit of kit, works, fits easy, nice install, lower pan depth on it as well. So you've got loads of ground clearance. Basically that sits below, not even below the chassis here, so you can run extremely low ride heights and probably ride a few curbs and not have to worry about any pans hitting, which is great. So it's got the billet clutch on it, billet clutch slave down here, which again we get from RLM, which is this bit of kit here. That's all been fitted in as well. And again, we run the same water pump setup with a Bosch water pump and everything else that will drive all of this engine. What's been fitted? Well, you can see prop shaft sprocket adapter, which is this here. So we get the drive through the prop shaft. We produce those guys. We do them for various different engines, Busas, ZX12, ZX10, you know, loads, all the Gixxer 1000s, all the Yamaha range as well. Prop shafts all the way in, floor pans fitted, handbrake levers gone in, reverse mechanism. Perhaps if Anna would scoot round here and show on this reverse mechanism we've got down here, this is how we do our setup. A, for compliance and racing, or B, if it's obviously for an IVA for a vehicle, but it gives you an idea on the electric reverse setup. Diff's gone in. So again, 338 in this, gives it that. All the rose jointed wishbones have gone in, Protect shocks all the way around. This will be having all the aluminium dampers. Brake lines are fully in. It's going to have an FIA spec roll cage on this, so different to Project Charles, it's got a different cage, which is sitting down there at the moment, but so it's completely different specification. As you go in, aluminium panel is in. Excuse the noise, but they are working. I'm not going to stop them. Pedal box is in, of course, and then we're on with a billet front end, same as on Project Charles. We use our standard thing now, so it's a wheelwood caliper, cast front upright with a billet bracket, billet hub. This is basically Cortina geometry. You run a 47mm stud, 63 on the rear, mainly because of wheel offsets and spacers and stuff like that. So this is all together. Got the Escort based rack. We use a 2.4 quick rack in there as well. All our rocker suspension is in, so our inboard rockers on this as well. I think you might be running anti-roll bars, and we'll show you that when we get to that stage. That's in as well. Just got the floats to go in, but Dylan's been fitting all of these uprights today. That's his job today, and now we carry on running all the tie rod ends and rack extensions, etc. as well, and then we'll be on with, I think it's steering column in, plumbing, and then dry sump tank's got to go in, the same as Charles, which is our standard 450mm height aluminium tank. So once that's in there, and that, he'll start doing the rest of the plumbing up as well. So that'll crack on as quick as Charles. I mean, it's coming together pretty quick. Right, guys, we're standing over here. We've got hashtag Project Greg here. The Busa Gen 2, as you know, 200 odd horsepower they kick out. We've been cracking on with this. Well, we splash of colour on it, as you can see this week. It's in the sort of Cadbury blue, very nice, very different. I haven't done one of these, so as a factory built colour. So it's something a bit different, which is nice to see, rather than the yellow and the orange that we seem to be blessed with over the last sort of few months. And so what have we got? Well, as you can see, oil cooler, 19-row oil cooler, you know, radiator that's fitted, the bigger radiator that's on here. We've got the front blade anti-roll bar all fitted into our rocker mechanism as well. That's all gone on. The front corners you saw last week were fitted with a cross-drilled and grooved discs. We've basically decorated all of them, painted up and cleaned the engine, and finally done the rocker cover and the pair valve blanks. These are done. It's not IVA, this car, it's a race car, so we blank off the pair valves. The dry sump tank's in, all the coolant and plumbing lines have been sort of put in now. We've got some finishing bits to do with the electric water pump, same as on #Project Charles. Body panels have all been trimmed and cut, and it's been bonded on, so that's why all the clamps are on. We've got all the holes cut out ready for the FIA cage that's on here as well. Steering columns mocked up. Interior wise, we've got the carbon centre tunnel top on this with a handbrake and all the Willwood handbrake rear calipers and all of that mechanism in, and the billet gear lever change. It will have a flat shifter, but it's going to have the Heel-Tech flat shifter put into this for the upshift only, and we'll put that in the mechanism that we'll do here with the final drop link down. Other side has been done as well, so the other side panel has been trimmed, all for the our standard exhaust system. All that's been trimmed off as well. We've got the silencer mounting and the finish, and these are all being clamped and bonded on now anyway, so they'll set overnight. They've literally been done in the last 10 minutes, but yeah, that's in. And then we've got the whole rear end is pretty much buttoned up now. We've got the blade anti-roll bar in, that's all in with our rose joint system, dropping down to our drop link on our shock here. As you said, we've got the Willwood handbrake caliper with the cables on, all that in here as well. He wanted that over in there. Although it's going to be a race car, you want some sort of usability to the vehicle as well. So it's pretty much buttoned up in here. And then now, once this is finished and bonded, we'll fit the rear tub and the fuel tank and that go in. So quite a bit going on with that, and some other little wiring issues that we've put in there, and we've already put the fuel tank fixings done as well. So yeah, and then the cage will be one of the last things that does drop on, but you'll see this evolve. Next week we've got some new LED lights that are going on here, some strip lights for racing really. So, but he wants a couple of niceties, like he's got the electric reverse in there and a handbrake. Handbrake's pretty easy, especially if you're trailing in the car, you can whack it up. I suppose if it's a race car, it does help with the transportation. So yeah, that's where we are with Charles. Sorry, Greg. Right guys, we're standing over here. What are we at? We're at #Project Greg. Quite a bit has gone on in the last sort of week, really. We've been tackling the car. We've got Joseph and Dylan here working on it. What's gone on? Well, we'll start at the front, because it's easier. It's quite a bit this week, actually. Nose cone is all fitted. The nice little clear lens carbon effect indicators in. The honeycomb grille has gone in as well. Headlights are all fitted and on as well. They're under there, hiding under the covers. We saw the exhaust system and etc. last week, but throttle bodies have gone on, and Joseph's been tackling the wiring. You may have seen some things on the social, tackling the wire, modifying the Hayabusa standard loom for the ECU that we use. The guy's now fitting in a gear lever linkage which hooks up to the billet gear lever here. So it's going to have a flat shifter system on it as well. I'm going to scoot around this side, it'd be easier. It's going to have a flat shifter in it as well for the upshift, so which is what they're wiring in. All the dashboard, scuttle and aero screen has all gone in with the black switches as well. Indicators here, and the rest of the lights, they've all been drilled in to our sort of standard template. It's going to have a DD2 light, ETB DigiDash, which has all been cut out and pre-fitted with a steering column as well. Centre tunnel has been fitted, but it's on the shelf over there. We've mocked and fitted that all up. The carbon rear arches have gone on. The rear tub has gone on from last week. The fuel filler cap has gone on as well, with the fuel link pipes and everything else. All the anti-roll bars are fitted in there, as you saw the other week. It's the anti-roll bar in here. We've got all the wiring and that plumbing through, ready to fix onto LED lights, and it's going to have it's a race car, so it's going to have the fog light fitted on the roll cage itself as well. No lighting on the rear wings. These may take an impact, maybe, so we don't put any electrics in the corners on here and here. We put it all onto the roll cage as well. So side panels all final bonding, but I've got to say, when I first fitted the blues, that always a bit plain, but as soon as you started bolting on the carbon and the carbon aero screen, carbon dashboard, carbon rear wings, and of course the gorgeous, we love this, the carbon silencer, that's all gone on today with the exhaust bracket as well. As soon as you tied it in, this car is starting to look amazing. I'm super happy. Always been yellow and orange and black for the last year, isn't it, really, guys? And now to do something a bit different and see it come together, are looking amazing. Right, over here at #Project Greg, the Busa Gen 2 engine one. This is a right-hand drive car, and we've been again cracking on with both the projects this week. Silly things like front wing stays have gone on. We'll be bonding the wings on today. These are going to be adorned with the gorgeous CXRs on R888Rs. Oh, killer wheel, killer wheel. In fact, we've just had a pallet delivery of those as well. They're going to be going on, well, the rears are on, the fronts will be going on today, and the final bonding of the wing stays will be done. Bulkhead panel's gone in, dry sump tanks, you know, we've got the oil catch tank, and we've got the header tank, aluminium one, really nice bits of kit as well, all buttoned up. Final bits of buttoning up in here, like we've been doing the gear linkage as well. We've got the central billet gear lever here, goes down to a mechanism that sits just down here for up and down and change. You can hear it rocking away there. A little rocker system there, that's gone in. The FIA cage has been bolted on now as well. That's all gone on. That looks amazing, really light as well, very, very light. Dashboard's finished, as you know, the steering column's gone in, but just going to plumb in the DigiDash, final bit of wiring to do. Centre tunnel's in, handbrake's in, passenger seat is in with the branded, super nice branded FIA. You know, these are date stamped till, I think they're about 2021 actually. Check that out while we're here. 2021, yeah, sorry, 2025, can't read, 2025. So plenty of time on those as well. They're just be the final bolting as well. Rear wings are final fitment being done on those with the CXRs bolted on as well. Bonnet's gone on, so it's really getting down to its final stages. ECU wiring's, I think it's been done now, Joseph, isn't it? We'll be today stroke Monday.
Fire up today, I'm
planned to fire up today. That's probably going to be on next week's, because it'll be later on this afternoon, no doubt, that we'll be looking to do that. We've ECU, we've flashed the ECU as well, taken out some of the things like side stand switch, clutch switches, tip over sensor. We've got the ECU flash to take all those out. It's just a bit easier. Although we eliminate them in the wiring, that's been done also. So yeah, really coming together quite nicely. Front indicators have gone on as well. Front grill's gone in, looking all very, very smart with a honeycomb grille. So yeah, I'd imagine this is going to go down on the ground probably in the next 24, 48 hours, but that's rolling into Monday. Be on the deck, and we'll start looking at geos and that once it's fired up as well. So Hashtag Project Greg coming together super, super nicely, and I've got to say, it's looking sharp. Right, over here at Hashtag Project Greg, doesn't look like much has changed really, because we've been wiring still again, stripping the booster looms, which has been done, and a few little sensor issues that we're just trying to diagnose. This is why the stop clocks are in here, because we can get any check codes up there if need be as well. But it's mainly wiring one with, and we've made a template for the boot cover because it's having a custom boot cover we're making, and we'll be making them permanently really for the FIA cages. So we've made a new template for that. I think it's up there. It's only a cardboard template, but you know, it works. And we'll get that over to our upholstery company, and that will fit on, and this will be the template that we've made for it. We'll get that over there and get the boot cover made for that as well, but everything else is sort of buttoned up really. The only thing I will say is on the front here, and a few people ask about rose joints and questions like that, and what's the benefits as well. So Greg's gone for an RR chassis with rose joint suspension. Well, the rose joint really helps with granular adjustment. It's a bit stiffer, and if it's on track, this will help on track work. It's a bit stiffer on the road, but obviously there's no forgiving if it's got a poly bush. So when we head over to Project Charles, you'll see that's a bonded type poly bush in there. Then that is a bit more forgiving on the road, but also it just makes it a little bit more comfortable. But obviously there's zero flex or zero movement in it compared to a rose joint, which is on here. So rose joint really, if you're out and out tracking it and racing it, and it's all you're doing with it and not much road use, perfect. On the road, they can be a little bit more stiffer, but it does allow for minuscule adjustments on caster and toe and alignment and towing in on the rear and etc. Whereas on the rear on these, they're a bit more fixed, so it's set and you can't dial it in. But if you're not a racer and that's what you're trying to achieve, lap times and milliseconds, you don't really need it. But if you're looking for the ultimate, then the rose joint's the way to go. Well, Project Hashtag Greg. So you can see it's moved from the bay here, and the guys are on it now. We've just set up the geo on the car. We're just setting everything up really here. So camber, you know, toe in, toe out, etc., and corner weighted it. Gen 2 booster, FIA cage, CXR wheels. This has got anti-roll bars all over it as well. Front and rear anti-roll bars, and yeah, a small amount of fuel, and I say minimal amount of fuel. Came in 486 kilos as she sits. That was including the bonnet, but not including Ted. So yeah, she's pretty light, 486, normally coming in about 205 brake horsepower these. So we're just doing the corner weight geo. Then once we finish with that, bit of road testing, demoing the car up, making sure it stops, turns, brakes, does what it's meant to do, get through the gears. Yeah, and we can start buttoning it up, ready for it to make its way across to Australia. And it will take a while, no doubt, to get over there, but it's looking great. I think as soon as we got it on the ground, the stance of this car is killer. Absolutely killer, I've got to say, with the cage, the aero screen, all the carbon bits on this with this Cadbury blue, it looks amazing. Got one little thing to put on, which has about another kilo or so, is the boot cover. But that's about it, really, not a lot in it. So, right, so what's next is the Indy RR, the Hayabusa car, that's being built to go out to Australia. With the FIA roll cage. As you can see, it's on the ground now on its CXR. It's looking rather sexy. We're doing a couple of test drives on this already. We're just starting to get the car dialed in, really, basically. So the bodywork's come off, and now we start checking things, check for leaks. We'll put all the bulkhead back in. That will take 2 minutes to get it all back in. We're just doing testing, really, getting a few road miles on it, make sure it's safe, and then we're going through the car, get it all dialed up, really, to get its final button up, really, to get it shipped out. So yeah, that's really where we're at with that. It's gone, as you probably saw through the videos, with the build with this progressive, lost a couple of weeks because obviously we've been out of the workshop, but it's finally getting its well, tick sheet, tick off for us, that we go through a process to make sure the car's ready for road use or track use, which is where this is going. So looking good, I think, in the Cadbury blue with the carbon arches, FIA cage, Protect shops all round, Gen 2 Hayabusa, lightweight, carbon interior, DG2 dash on it, nice, black switches, carbon interior panel pack. Oh, the new boot covers, guys. The FIA boot covers, these are new. So if you've got the FIA cage, we've just finished those as well. That's all been fitted, nice and clean. And of course, lightweight. We like that. Weight saving's a great thing. So yeah, that's all been put on. And we've got these nice little LED lights here, because it's a race car only. We'll turn the power on. Where's the kill switch? There it is. I won't start it up one, I think, but you turn them on. We've got nice little LED lights, just for track use, really. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so she's getting dialed in and ready to go. Here we are then, Suzuki Hayabusa GSX-R or GSX-1300R Gen 2 Hayabusa. Yeah, nice little car, very nice. So a couple of the highlights on this car is a 200 horsepower, I think it's 205 horsepower bike engine out of the Suzuki Hayabusa Gen 2. It's dry sumps, carbon corners, carbon aero. What else has it got? Wheelwood brakes. It's got wheelwoods all round, actually. We're running a digital dashboard, and we've got the black pack switches that we've got here, which are rather nice. Yeah, they're quite a nice dashboard layout with a carbon dashboard, boot cover, diffuser on the back as well. I quite like it, actually. I quite like it. Very comfortable to drive. Bizarrely, I would have thought it wasn't going to be quite as comfortable as this and quite aggressive, but the guys have built a nice little car here. Oh, got the torque, the power, and the torque of the Hayabusa engine. You can trot along quite slowly, and it will still
pull away and pull you away, so that's quite good. I quite like this FIA approved roll cage that we run. Gives me a little bit of reassurance about side impact protection. So that's quite good. That seems to work very well. So digital dashboard readout. It's got all the bits and pieces that I need on it. Oil pressure, oil temperature, water temperature. That is nippy quick. Yeah, that is very quick. So we've got water temperature, speed, gears, basically everything you need to do to run it. The handling of this car handles really well. Turning is just amazing. Turn that in and it just grips the road. Brakes are phenomenal as well, absolutely phenomenal. Oh yeah, that's rather rapid, that is. Rather rapid. So we're out, not the warmest day, and actually I've got to say, I am missing all the air. This is blowing right over my head. It's great. Really good, really good, really pleased with that. Yeah, absolutely smashing. So we've got a couple of additions in this particular car to try and keep the weight down. We're running the carbon tunnel top that we do for the bike engine cars. Carbon dashboard, carbon aero, carbon front arches, carbon rear arches. Could there be any more carbon? I'm half tempted to call this the carbonara, this car. Well, my review has been pretty small, pretty short, because I'm really taking it in. What a great little drive. Really nice bits on this car. Absolutely superb handling. What's not to like? That's all I want to say. What is not to like?